Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys doing? It's so good to have you back again. If you are new here, my name is Stella. You can call me Stella of Mauritius. Please engage with this video, like, share and comment, and please, most importantly, subscribe to my channel, guys. Very important. And if you're turning a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You already know how I feel about you. I love you so much. So is it my last video or the one I did before this one? Somebody comments on the video I made about coming to Mauritius on a student visa. Somebody comments on the video that I should make a video about getting an accommodation and also getting a job in Mauritius. Yeah, so today I'll be making a video on how to get accommodation in Mauritius. I already did a video on my house tour, like the kind of house I live in, so you guys should have see what housing look like. But I'm going to talk about how you can get an accommodation in Mauritius and how easy it is to get an accommodation. So guys, please stay tuned and please watch this video to the end. So if you are coming to Mauritius, probably if you are coming on the student visa, let's talk about students, because for me, I would say that coming on the student visa would be a very easy way for you to come, and it means you are in the country legally, you are not staying illegally. So let's talk about students in Mauritius. If you are coming to Mauritius on a student visa, the best way for you to get an accommodation is to talk to your school. Like, let's assume that you get your visa and everything ready. You can talk to your school that, okay, I need an accommodation, because these schools, they have some agent, like some, what do you call them? Is it real estate agents? Yes, that manage accommodation for them. Some of them have hostels out of the school or even inside the school. So if you want to use a school campus, or you want a campus outside the school, or you want, just let your school know that, okay, I need an accommodation, and they are going to prepare some for you. Some people use the school accommodation on arrival, and after a while they move from the accommodation to another place. But the first thing you can do is contact your school, let them know that you need an accommodation. And if that is so, that means you have to pay for the accommodation, because if you are coming to Mauritius as a student, one of the travel documents you also need is like a accommodation letter that shows that, okay, this person have a place they are going to. So before you come, even, you have to make sure that you have an accommodation ready. It's either you go through your school, which I just mentioned. You can talk to your school that, okay, I need an accommodation. They will ask you to pay, and after paying, when sending your travel documents, your accommodation letter, like, okay, this person is going to, they will list the address you are going. Sometimes they list the what is it called? They list the number of your landlord, in case the immigration at the airport want to check to make sure that, okay, this person really have an accommodation. So that is the first way for you to do that. The second way is if you have someone in Mauritius already, maybe a friend, or maybe, because there are some groups that you can join as a Nigerian in Mauritius. If you are still in Nigeria, you can join the group. Some people they'll tell you to get to Mauritius before joining. But if you are fortunate to join this group before coming to Mauritius at all, you can meet some Nigerians on the group, and they will link you up on accommodations. Some people are living in a 2 or 3 bed apartment, and they have like a spare room in their house, and they are looking for somebody to take it. You can talk to them to, I'm coming to Mauritius, I need a house, and they can get a house for you. Some people use so if you have a friend, you go through your school, or if you have a friend, or maybe somebody you know here that can help you with the accommodation, you can do that. Some people go through some people use hotel as well when they are coming from Nigeria. Instead of going directly to their houses, they book an hotel maybe for a few days or a week. So right from the airport, their cab take them straight down to the hotel, and they'll be there for a few days or a few weeks, depending on how much you can, how much you have to spare for the hotel. So while in the hotel, they look for houses. You can use Facebook Marketplace to search for house. There is www.weshare.com. I'll put this site in the comment section for you. You can search for a house before coming down to Mauritius. And this kind of people that come, that go directly to the hotel, they pay on arrival. Like when you meet your landlord, you can pay on arrival to the landlord, so you don't have to send money for that. So that is how to get accommodation in Mauritius. And talking about the prices for accommodation, it depends on, like I said in my previous video, it depends on where you are living. There are some areas in Mauritius that they are tourist areas. What do I mean by tourist area? Like areas that are very close to the beach, and there are so many tourists there. In such areas, houses are very high, they are very expensive because there are so many tourists, and they don't rent houses for long term. They only rent for short term, maybe like a month or two. You know, all these tourists that come from UK, that come from US, they want to stay for a month or two, and they lease the house to them. So that they always do short lease rent. So when you say you want to take the house for a long time, when you calculate the money, it's going to take a lot. This kind of areas, like you are living at Flick and Flag, Grand Bay, these areas are tourist areas, and houses there are very expensive. But if you want to live in areas like that are not that expensive, the minimum you can get for houses in Mauritius, if you are living in a shared apartment, let's assume that you're living in a 3-bed apartment and there are 3 people in the houses, you have to share the living area, the kitchen, and the bedroom. That kind of house, at least you can still get for like 4,000 rupees a month, which is around, in a bank rate is 40,000 a month for Nigeria. 4,000 rupee, 5,000 rupee a month for a room in a shared apartment. If you want a studio apartment that you want to live alone, I want my space to myself, my sitting area, my kitchen, my bedroom, I want it all to myself, you can get something from like 6,000. These are areas that are not tourist area, they are just residential areas. 6,000 rupees, which is like 60,000 naira for studio apartment. 7,000 rupees, which is like 70,000 in Nigerian money. But if you want to live in an area that is so like let's say, let me put it like, you want to live like an area in maybe like Banana Island, or you want to live in Lekki, those kind of area, you should know that it will be very expensive. Let's say some people are paying like 10,000 rupees every month, which is like bank rate is like 100k naira a month. If you want to do the black market rate, that should be like 150, 160, depending on how much they are selling or buying at that moment. So you have to like do your calculation very well. If you are the type that you want to live large, there are so many places you can live in Mauritius, and the living large, the big man life is readily available. You are welcome. So, but if you want to say, okay, let me live on a budget, I don't want to be spending so much money for housing, it's just to sleep and wake up, then you can get something around 40,000, 50,000 every month. That is, even for me, if you should ask me, still a lot of money, but at least it's very manageable. Some people live in a studio apartment that is nothing less than 120,000 every month. If you calculate it to naira, and this is 12,000 in rupees. Even in shared apartment, I've seen shared apartment that is like a 3-bedroom apartment. You share the sitting room, you share the toilets, and they still pay up to like 10 to 12,000 every month. So it's still depending on your area. So now in Mauritius, before like what I had before, it is very easy to get house in Mauritius. Like you can just talk to 2 people and immediately you get a house, you pay your rent. But now, so many people are coming into the country, and it means that the housing crisis, I think, is about to start, because so many people are looking for house at the moment and there is no house. So many people are coming in as students, as tourists, and the house is getting filled up. Even presently in Mauritius, this is February, I think the guests should be going back to their country so that there should be houses. But these guests, they are not going. The guests are not leaving the country. There are so many tourists around. So since the tourists are not leaving, there is no houses. So people are actually expecting that maybe around January, February, the tourists that came for December, they should left. But no, I think there are still much tourists in this country. So the houses crisis is coming, and for those that are getting houses, there is now a different way of getting it. You cannot just get the house and pay. Now you have to pay like a caution fee. If your house rent is 5,000 rupees, your caution fee is 5,000 rupees as well. That means 10,000. Then if you go through an agent, you have to pay for an agent. But if you are fortunate to see a house from maybe through your school, maybe through a friend, maybe through a colleague, or somebody is moving out of the house and you want to tell your landlord that you have someone that wants to replace you, that is okay, that is another way that people use. But if you want to go through like a normal house, you want to rent a house, now you have to pay your house rent, you have to pay your caution, then you have to pay for agent. For the caution fee is like more like a fee that you know what a caution fee is. So when you are leaving the house, maybe the last month that you want to leave, you won't be paying anything. You'll be using your caution fee as your last month's payment. So that is just how it works. In my next video, I'm going to be making a video on how easy is it to get a job in Mauritius, the kind of job available, and the kind of salary you can get as a student. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video to the end. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.